Let's say someone told you this: boil mango leaves, squeeze in some lime, drink it at midnight, and your heart problem will disappear in 5 days. Would you believe it? Would you try it? Would you forward it to various WhatsApp groups without question? Because that's the kind of advice being passed around right now. And a lot of people are following it without even asking what actually is wrong with their heart in the first place. In my last video, I talked about a viral claim, someone confidently teaching that sipping hot onion water could stop palpitations within 5 minutes. And the response? It exploded. Some people were thankful, others were very furious. I was accused of being anti-nature, perhaps working for some big pharmaceutical companies, and even trying to stop people from getting healed. But this isn't about me. It's about something far more important and honestly far more dangerous. What actually makes a remedy real? Are doctors truly against herbs or just against guesswork? And most importantly, how do you know if what helped you won't harm someone else? Let's unpack this together. Make no mistake, I'm not here to insult herbs or our tradition. In fact, I grew up hearing about things like bitter leaf for malaria, Zobo for blood pressure, and even dogonyaro for fever. We've used herbs in Africa for centuries, and guess what? Some of them really do work. Even modern medicine agrees, because many hospital drugs started with herbs. Let me give you some few examples. Aspirin came from the willow bark, and digoxin, which is a drug we use to treat heart failure, came from a plant called foxglove. Now, some cancer drugs also are made from herbs too. So the problem isn't the herb. It is the assumption that because something is natural, it is automatically a cure. When people say Zobo lowered my blood pressure or onion water stopped my palpitation, it may feel good to say, but that doesn't mean it's safe. That doesn't mean it will work for someone else, and it definitely doesn't mean it should replace proper medical care. Now, herbs can help, but only evidence can heal. Everyone has a remedy. Your uncle swears by garlic. Your auntie says hot water and lime cured her blood pressure. Your neighbor drinks Zobo every day and says his heart has never missed a beat. But in medicine, we don't work with stories or testimonies. We work with evidence, because the fact that something worked for you doesn't mean it will work for others or is even safe in the long run. I want you to picture this. A young man in his early 30s, fit, active, works out often. He starts having heart flutters after taking energy drinks and staying up late. Someone tells him, "Guy, try some garlic water." He does and says it helps him. But 3 months later, he collapses during a football match. The diagnosis? Tachycardia-induced cardiomyopathy. In this condition, his heart had been under pressure for too long. Now, garlic did not cause the damage, but it made him ignore the real issue, and that delay almost cost him everything. So here's the big question. How does something go from being a remedy to actual medicine? That's what I want to show you step by step, because the journey is long, it is expensive, and most remedies don't make it through. So let's say someone truly believes onion water can stop palpitations. First, we don't test that on people. We test it in the lab and on animals. Why? Because you don't want to gamble with human lives. Now, this stage is called preclinical trials. It's what happens before any human gets involved. Scientists take the remedy, like onion extract, and they test it in test tubes on human cells in the lab than in small animals like rats and rabbits. Here is what we want to know. Is it toxic? Does it damage the liver, kidney, or brain? Does it slow or speed up the heart? What dose is safe and what dose is deadly? Now let's be real. Some of the things people drink because it is natural will never make it past this stage. Because many herbs, if taken in the wrong dose, are pure poison. Remember, cyanide is natural too. But that doesn't mean you should sprinkle it on your cereal. If onion extract kills rats, or causes brain swelling, or leads to abnormal heart rhythms in animal testing, it fails. That's the first filter. And most remedies don't survive it. Now imagine this. Someone sees a viral video, slices an onion, sips hot water, and feels better. That's not proof. That's just luck. And you don't build medicine on luck. Until something passes animal testing safely, it is not a remedy. It's an untested substance. And your body should never be the experiment. So now, if a remedy survives this phase, it moves on to the real test, that is in humans. Let's say onion water made it past animal testing. No liver damage, no seizures, no deaths in rats. It is cleared for the next step in humans. Now it gets real. This is called phase 1 clinical trials. The first time a potential treatment is ever given to human beings. Usually it's a small group of people, maybe 20 to 100 volunteers. They are sometimes called human guinea pigs. And this is because they are the first to try something no one else has. Some of them are paid, others just want to contribute to science. But all of them are made to sign a consent form, fully understanding the risk of what they want to do. They put their bodies and sometimes their lives on the line, so the rest of us don't have to take blind risk later. One thing I want us to understand is that these people are not sick. They are healthy volunteers. They agree to take the substance just to test if it is safe. Doctor monitors everything: their heart rates, their blood pressure, organ function, side effects, even subtle ones. If just one person collapses or develops a dangerous reaction, the entire trial can be paused or even shut down completely. Now, think about that. Would you risk your health for a substance that hasn't passed this test? Because when people online say it worked for me, what they are skipping is this: no trained medical team, no emergency backup, no idea what dose is safe. They are testing it on themselves with no safety net. So let me ask you something serious. When you see a video online and you decide to drink something random, no dose, no testing, no supervision, aren't you becoming the human guinea pig yourself? Except this time, there is no ethics board, no hospital team, no ECG, no one tracking what happens if your body reacts badly. You are testing an unverified substance on yourself. And most of these things people try this way, they wouldn't even make it past the rats in the lab. So, if we respect volunteers who go through trials to help us discover what's safe, why do you skip all that when we forward a health hack on WhatsApp or TikTok? If something makes it through phase 1, we know it's likely safe for humans. But now comes the next big question. Does it actually work? Alright, so let's say onion water made it through animal testing and even past phase 1 in humans. No major side effects, nobody collapsed. It looks safe. Now comes the big question. Does it actually work? This is called phase 2. In phase 2, we give the treatment to real patients, people who have the actual condition we are trying to fix. So if we are testing onion extracts for palpitations, we are now working with people who have documented heart rhythm problems like atrial fibrillation or atrial flutter. Here's what we do. We split them into groups. Half of them get the real treatments, maybe onion extracts in liquid or a capsule form, or perhaps some sliced onions for them to chew. The other half gets a placebo, a fake version, or sometimes they get the best treatment already available. Now, this is important. People can feel better just because they believe they are getting something helpful. It is called the placebo effect, and it's so powerful. It can lower pain, calm nerves, and even steady the heart in some cases. But here's the thing, that is not proof. In phase 2, we need to see that the actual remedy works better than belief alone, better than doing nothing, better than what's already available. We look at many things like ECG readings, heart rate changes, frequency of palpitations, blood pressure, and side effects over time. And this takes time, weeks or even months, but definitely not 5 minutes. If onion extract really makes a difference, safely and consistently, then we say it passes. If it's no better than a placebo, it fails. That's how we separate feeling better from being treated. And here is something important I want you to think about. Many people who swear by untested remedies may just be experiencing the placebo effect. This effect is real, it is powerful, and in my next video, I'll be diving deeper into what the placebo effect actually is and how your brain can sometimes trick your body into feeling healed. So if you are interested in that, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss this video. Okay, so let's say the remedy made it this far. Animal test passed, human safety confirmed. Phase 2 shows it might actually work. Now comes the biggest test of all. Can it work for thousands of people safely, consistently, and across the world? This is phase 3. In phase 3, thousands, hundreds or thousands of people are enrolled. They come from different places, different age groups, different health conditions, because in the real world, people aren't all the same. One person may respond well, another may have kidney issues, another may be taking other medications. So phase 3 answers a new question. Is this remedy safe and effective in the complexity of real life? And we are not just looking at, does it help? We are asking, is it better than what we already have? Does it save lives? Does it reduce hospital visits? Can it be mass-produced safely and affordably? Because even if something works for one person, it doesn't become medicine until it works for many. Every modern drug you've ever taken, for example, paracetamol for pain, amoxicillin for infections, loratadine for allergies, or omeprazole for ulcer, they didn't just pass one test, they passed all 3. And the sad truth is, most remedies don't pass this test or get this far. Many substances that look promising in phase 1 and in phase 2 fall here. They are not consistent, they don't scale, or they turn out to be riskier than we expected. Now, that's why doctors like myself don't rely on vibes. We don't rely on tradition or personal testimonies, like somebody coming to tell me I took it, it worked. We wait for data, and that data comes from trials like this. Before you sip that tea or forward that WhatsApp remedy, ask, has it passed phase 3 or is it just another hope without proof. Let's be honest, when you hear someone say, "This leaves works like magic," or "just drink this and your chest tightness will disappear," it sounds simple, it sounds easy, and it sounds harmless. But the truth is, most of the things we believe in never survive the journey to becoming real medicine. You've seen the process: animal testing, human safety trials, effectiveness studies, large-scale global testing. It takes years, millions of dollars, and thousands of lives are involved just to confirm what is safe and what truly works. So no, doctors don't hate herbs. We are just not allowed to gamble with human lives. And neither should you. If something is truly powerful enough to heal, it's powerful enough to be tested. So before you forward that WhatsApp cure, before you tell someone to sip something and just try it, I want you to ask yourself, has this been tested? Or is it just tradition dressed as truth? Let's not fight about science. Let's protect people with it. If this video helped you think differently about medicine, please give it a like, leave a comment. What remedy have you heard that you now question? And don't forget to subscribe, because in the next video, we'll break down the placebo effect and why some remedies feel like they are working even when they are not. Until then, take care of your heart and don't guess. Please get checked.